A recent day of family activities at Balls Falls helped remind visitors of what we sometimes take for granted. Site administrator Rob Wininger explains the Biosphere Bash.
This is our first official Niagara Escarpment Festival Biosphere Bash. It involves over 25 groups from different areas that are involved in preserving the escarpment, including the Bruce Trail Group, TV Ontario, who are doing a whole series of television programs on heroes of the environment, and just all kinds of folks. In addition to that, we have something for everyone, so we have inflatables, we have face painting, we have activities and games and crafts. Just a really great family adventure exploring the Niagara Escarpment.
The unique features of the escarpment are known worldwide, and it has recently been recertified as a World Biosphere Reserve by UNESCO. Just how significant is the UNESCO designation?
It's extremely significant. There are 16 biosphere reserves in Canada from coast to coast. About 100, I think there's over 100 within the world. So when we talk about the Niagara Escarpment, you talk to somebody who lives in downtown Hamilton, oh yeah, it's the mountain or it's the rock or whatever, but it's the Niagara Escarpment is as significant as the Amazon rainforest or the Galapagos Islands, and these are other World Biosphere Reserves designated by UNESCO, the United Nations, and to have that here in Ontario is a real significance, and it's a real accomplishment because they don't give that designation just to anybody. I mean, and they will take that designation away if you don't protect and don't preserve that area and create that balance of human activity and natural preservation.
Recent anniversaries also motivated the Conservation Authority to hold the Biosphere Bash. This year marks 40 years of the Niagara Escarpment Plan and 50 years of the Bruce Trail.
In the education end of it, it's really getting the children out on hikes, because for them to understand what the trail is all about, and the fact that we've got close now to 900 kilometers of main trail and around 400 side trails, and for them to get out and to explore and to see what this incredible geological formation has to offer, so close to huge urban areas.
I know you're passionate about this. What are people missing if they're not taking advantage of this great resource?
Oh, that's a difficult one to say. I can't imagine living somewhere without it. I live in the center of downtown Hamilton. Within 10 minutes, I can be on the trail. They've shown actually medically that getting out into fresh air is beneficial from very many aspects. And I think just to learn about our environment, we don't all come from concrete blocks. We come from a very natural environment, and I think people should have the chance to explore it, especially when it's so close to us in southern Ontario.
Balancing development versus escarpment preservation continues to be a delicate endeavor.
The one thing we should pat ourselves on the back about is the fact that we have successfully preserved and are successfully preserving this amazing ecosystem that stretches for 700 kilometers through Ontario and beyond into New York and Manitoulin and Wisconsin under huge development pressures. The GTA, the Golden Horseshoe, one of the fastest growing populations, certainly in the country, and these areas are under pressure for development. And what we've done here is managed to create a balance where we have protected this basically strip of nature, and this strip, it's a half a billion year old ecosystem, or half a billion year old fossilized seabed that we're protecting here in Ontario, and the fact that we've done it under all these pressures is kudos to groups like the Niagara Escarpment Commission and the Bruce Trail Organization and all the other organizations, all the nonprofits along the Niagara Escarpment from top to bottom that have been working towards that kind of preservation.
In Niagara, you're watching The Source.